Now the nights have drawn in and the weather is getting colder, it's time to prepare yourself for some winter flying. Let's do this. Hello, welcome to the channel once again, and today's video is all about flying in the winter, not only caring about your drone but also looking after yourself when you're out flying. You can get some epic images and videos in the winter. So here's a list of top tips to keep you safe and keep your drones and equipment safe when flying in the winter months. Number 1, make sure you charge your batteries. Don't expect them to be okay a few days after you've charged them. As you can see, these have been on charge a couple of days and they're already starting to deplete. Flying in colder temperatures will deplete them very quickly. Tip number 2, make sure that you keep your batteries warm. Keeping them in your pockets is a good idea to get some residual heat from your body. You can also use hand warmers, which are relatively cheap and they are rechargeable. There's a link in the description should you wish you need to check them out. Tip number 3, when you take off, let the drone hover for 30 seconds or more to get some heat around the drone and the battery. The last thing you want is to take off and fly straight out and you could be asking for trouble. One thing you need to keep your eye on is the battery indicator. So important. You'll be surprised how quickly the battery will deplete in sub-zero temperatures. Having the Fly More combo, as I've just showed you, is an advantage, and you can take more batteries out with you and swap them out regularly. In my opinion, I will be returning to home when they are around 40%, and don't leave it to 20% thinking, oh, I'll make it back. Not only is it just the batteries in the drones you must consider, but also the battery in the controller as well. These controllers can also deplete quicker than usual when you're flying in the winter months. Keep an eye on the LEDs and also check that the battery by swiping down once to display the battery level. Number 5, having a power bank is useful to have if you're moving locations, so you can charge your battery on the way. Another good tip is you might want to consider not flying too high, as the drone will be working a lot harder than usual. As you can see in this clip, visibility can also be a big problem as well. Flying with the Mini 4 Pro or the Mavic series, the use of the visual AR home point can be extremely useful when flying in foggy or icy conditions. Using an ND filter in bright snowy conditions, and that can also help by using a polarizing filter to reduce any glare on your footage. Tip number 8, a good point is to plan your flights or missions in advance. So as you are not in the cold too long, check the apps that you're using like AirData or your local weather app. Or if it's possible, you can always fly from your car, as I did a video on that last week. If you want to check that out after the video, I'll leave a card up there. Tip number 9, if you're flying with the RCN1 controller or the 2, make sure that your phone or tablet is fully charged. The last thing you want to do is to go out and your phone die and you'll lose signal. Yes, it will return to home, but in adverse conditions it could take longer for that drone to come back to you. Tip number 10, it might be an idea to bring your drone back periodically to check your props. These can ice up and will affect your flying, so make sure that you check them regularly. The last thing you need is it falling out the sky, simple as that. So we just talked about keeping your equipment safe and sound, your batteries, your controllers. Tip number 11, don't forget about yourself. You need to keep warm. Keeping yourself warm will make you concentrate more. Nothing worse than cold fingers And a good set of gloves is a must. These gloves I use are absolutely excellent. They have touch capability, you can see on these 3 fingers here. So whether you're using the RC, the RC2, or even your phones or tablet, then these gloves are a must. They're excellent, they're waterproof and extremely warm. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check these out. They're not expensive and they've got a nice rubber pads, so you're not going to slip with your controller. A good hat is a must, as 90% of your body heat is lost from the top of your head. And if you're like me and you've got no hair, trust me, it does help. Not forgetting a good coat with lots of pockets, like I said, storing your batteries. You don't want to be slipping and breaking any bones, so make sure you wear good footwear, ideally a good pair of boots. In summary, I hope you got at least one thing from the video, and if you have, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong and all the rest of it that goes with it. And you might want to watch these couple of videos over here, and if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching, fly safe in the winter, and don't lose your drones. I'll see you in the next one.